This story isn't gonna have anything to do with stripping. I'll tell you the story leading up to it, but this is when I lived in New York, and I think it was in my early 20s when I went back to New York, because I originally went to New York when I was 17. And I just did a fashion show. I don't remember the designer. It was just like some like random designer. Like there's a lot of designers in New York. I did a fashion show, and then I met this girl who was really fun. We went to a bar, a rooftop bar. We still had our fashion show makeup on, so we kind of looked slightly crazy. But in New York, that's pretty normal. Like in New York, you can be crazy and it's normal there. We went to this rooftop bar. It was like so beautiful. I remember it was like wide open space, and then there was like a balcony on that side. Like you go up the elevator and then there's like a balcony on one side. I took a photo of that night, but I think it's only on Meta deleted my fucking profile. So like deleted all of my Facebook pictures and stuff like that. So that picture is probably dead now since Meta deleted my fucking profile, because Meta's a fucking asshole. We took a photo of the night, like when we were going up the elevator, and we were just like with a whole bunch of random people that we just randomly met, because that's like a New York thing, is you just randomly meet people and then go to random places. It was such a fun night though. Like I think like we like danced a bunch, and then I saw this guy like kind of sitting in the corner, and I remember he was wearing black. So I saw this guy sitting in the corner of where the balcony is, like on the outside, like close to the edge. When I looked at him, like I had no idea who he was. But this is gonna make me sound crazy. Not that I actually care about sounding crazy. I'm just giving you a warning that this is gonna make me sound like crazy. So when I looked at him, it's like I heard like screaming or something. I don't know, like his soul or something like screaming at me. It's kind of hard to explain, but like when you're naturally intuitive, like I've always been like intuitive a little bit. I'm not like a straight up psychic that I could like read your fucking mind, but I could feel energy, I guess. Like when I pick up things like that are so distinct, I go usually try to find out what that's about. It made me more curious, I guess, to talk to him, but I didn't know that he was actually a celebrity. But that's the one thing that caught my eye about him, wasn't that he was a celebrity, because I didn't even know he was a celebrity until later. It was like I looked at him and I heard like his soul or something, or his energy screaming. Like it sounded like a scream. Oh, how do I explain it? It's like a scream that's like internal, but you know nobody else around you can hear it. Which is the definition of crazy. Like I don't care if people think I'm crazy, like, but it was his energy or something like screaming at me. So I had to go investigate. That made me curious, and then I went and I sat and I talked to him, and I was like, I don't remember, you know, casual talk, like blah blah blah, hey. You know, talking like normal people do. The more I talked to him, the more he looked super familiar. You look familiar, like where do I know you from? And then he said, I don't know you. And I was like, oh. But then he wouldn't tell me like where I might know him from. And like that like pissed me off, because it was like so annoying, because it's like, you know when you know somebody's face but you can't fucking put your finger on? I knew him from somewhere and he wouldn't tell me. So I was like, "Argh!" And then like stormed off, and I don't even know where I went. Like I just stormed off, and I think I was like hanging out with my girlfriend that I brought from the fashion show. But then eventually I came back, and then eventually he told me, I mean, I'm not going to tell you his name just because does it really matter? I don't know. But he was like, he was a lead actor in a very well-known movie that I'm not going to say, because I don't know. It doesn't really matter anyway. Like, I don't know what he's doing now. I haven't seen a movie of his in like a really long time or whatever. But he was a lead actor in a very well-known movie. We had like a good conversation and we talked for, I don't even know, like after he told me who he was. We talked before he told me who he was, and then after he told me who he was, and I wasn't like so fucking annoyed, because I hate it when like I can't figure something out and then it like pisses me off, because I need to know shit sometimes. We talked for hours and I told him like a lot of what I'm going through or whatever, like living in New York, and I was like trying to find an apartment and stuff like that. I guess we like bonded or whatever. And it wasn't because he was a celebrity, like he just happened to be one. The night ended, or the bar closed. Like we basically talked all night until the bar closed. And then like we went downstairs and then we said our goodbyes. And then I made out with him, or we kissed. And it was like a pretty good kiss, but I was also like really horny. Because during this time I was like in my life, I've gone through times where I was like purposely celibate just because I can, and it's my basic human right to be like, I want to be celibate. Like we made out though, and that was like a really good kiss, but I was also like celibate for a long time, so I was also like really horny. But I told him that I wasn't gonna have sex with him because I'm celibate right now, and he was like, why? And I was like, because I can be. Because it's my fucking choice to do whatever I want with my body. Then he took my number. Or he asked for my number. I wonder if I still have his number. That would be crazy if I do. But I'm sure he changed his number by now, because this was when I was in my early 20s. But I literally save numbers. Like I have all the numbers that I've ever had in my entire life on my phone right now, except for sometimes I'll go through them and I'll delete them. If I've ever had your number, I likely still have it unless I deleted it. There's like little pieces of flour in this tea. I keep like sucking it up. You can get this tea on my TikTok shop. It's blue. It's so cool. He asked for my number and I was like, why? Like, why do you want my number though? And he was like, to call you or whatever. And I was just like, but why? Like, we're probably never gonna see each other again. Like, honestly, why does it matter if you have my number or not? Because even though we did like have a really good conversation and I guess we bonded over the conversation, it's like, I'm pretty sure to me, like to him, I was probably just a C-U-N-T. I never assume that any male is not trash until they prove it. Until I see like signs that they're not just a fuckboy. So I was like, why do you want my number? Like, we're probably never gonna see each other again. We're gonna go about each other's lives and whatever. But I gave him my number anyway, and I took his number too, I believe. And of course he never called me. I was like, so you took my number for no fucking reason. This actually pissed me off. Like, this was like after we like left, like we kissed and then we went each other wherever we live, and then we like parted ways. I was like watching Netflix like later, I don't know, like a year later or something. I don't remember. But a year later, or some years later, I was watching Netflix and I like Googled him to like see some of his shows or whatever that he was in, or see what he's been up to. A lot of his movies that he came out with was literally the story that I told him. So basically he took my story and made it a fucking movie on Netflix. Except for he added himself in the story. Because I told him I was like looking for an apartment or whatever. So he like added himself in the story and then made him like my boyfriend or whatever in the movie, in the story. Isn't that like theft? Like, I know I didn't sign an NDA or whatever, and that just fucking sucks though, because I didn't get any credit, because like he could have just like made me a producer or story from my name, instead of just take my fucking story and make a movie out of it. Ugh. So for a second, I was like flattered. But I was like, isn't that like stealing from me? Because he didn't give me credit for my story. He just took my story that I talked to him for like multiple hours at the nightclub, and then he made a movie out of it, which is why I'm also not going to say his name, but that was kind of fucked up. And you could have like given me credit for my fucking story. That was just like, it's like no one will probably ever believe that story, but I promise you it's a fucking true story. Like I have no reason to lie. But it was like a bunch of bullshit, because I really wish that I would have gotten credit and possibly gotten paid for the story, even though the movie wasn't even that great anyway. Like the movie was not like a hit or anything. It was just like one of those movies on Netflix that's like, okay, like it was watchable, but it wasn't like Oscar worthy. But anyway, it was still my story, and he took it from me, and he never gave me credit. That little asshole. I wonder if I have his number in my phone now. But it's probably not the same number anyway, but I'm actually kind of curious, so I'm probably going to go look. He was like a really well-known name in the acting world like some years ago. But now I don't know where he's been. He probably still is acting. I have no idea, but I don't really care. So, all right, bye.